Imagine a world without central banks printing trillions on demand. A world where your money can't be inflated away. Where sending value across the planet costs pennies and settles in minutes, not days.
This isn't science fiction. This is the Bitcoin standard. A future where Bitcoin becomes the global base money,
replacing the broken fiat system that's fueled decades of boom and bust cycles, debt explosions, and financial parasitism.
Today, we'll explore exactly how Bitcoin disrupts and transforms the fiat world.
From the institutions that control money to the everyday jobs and services we take for granted. At the core of fiat are institutions built on trust in governments and central bankers. Under Bitcoin, many become unnecessary.
Central banks like the Federal Reserve lose their power to manipulate interest rates and print endless money out of thin air.
Bitcoin's supply is fixed at 21 million. No more quantitative easing to bail out failing systems. Monetary policy as we know it disappears.
Markets will set rates based on real savings, not committee decrees. Treasury mints printing bills and coins? Obsolete. Physical cash logistics. The armored trucks hauling money between banks vanish when Bitcoin moves peer-to-peer over the internet.
Bank vaults and safety deposit boxes, replaced by cryptographic keys, hardware wallets, and multi-sig setups.
Anyone can verify reserves on the transparent time chain. No more trusting auditors or risking bank runs.
Wall Street money markets, short-term debt instruments, and massive treasury trading desks shrink dramatically. Bitcoin itself becomes the ultimate liquid, trustless asset. The ripple effects go much deeper. Credit cards and payment networks like Visa and MasterCard lose their dominance.
Why would anyone pay 2 to 3% fees and wait for settlements when Lightning Network payments are instant and virtually free?
Fraud protection shifts from centralized chargebacks to reputation, insurance, and cryptography.
Payday lenders and high-interest short-term credit peddlers? They thrive on desperate borrowers trapped by inflation and unstable wages.
In a Bitcoin world, sound money encourages saving and lowers time preference. People build real reserves instead of living paycheck to paycheck.
Money transmitters like Western Union? Their high-fee remittance business collapses as families send Bitcoin directly. Derivatives markets worth hundreds of trillions, used to hedge currency risk, inflation, and interest rates, transform or shrink.
When the base money is stable and neutral, you don't need complex bets against government policy. Even something as physical as real estate changes profoundly.
Mortgage brokers who connect borrowers to 30-year fiat loans see their industry shrink as the complexity reduces and the transparency increases.
With sound money, people save more and borrow less. Mortgages become shorter term, over-collateralized with Bitcoin, or evolve into equity-like arrangements. Housing shifts from speculation to utility. Conveyancing lawyers, title companies, and escrow services. Title searches that take weeks become instant blockchain verifications.
Property deeds tokenized on Bitcoin layers allow peer-to-peer transfers with automatic smart contract escrow.
Title insurance largely disappears because the ledger is immutable and public. Closing costs that eat 2 to 5% of a home's value, they plummet.
Lawyers pivot from paperwork drudgery to handling complex zoning disputes or Bitcoin native inheritance planning. This transformation hits high-paying jobs hardest, especially those built on fiat inefficiencies. Central bank economists and monetary forecasters? Their entire profession loses relevance without money printing to manage. Investment bankers and hedge fund macro traders who bet on Fed decisions, currency swings, and debt cycles will need new careers.
Compliance officers, KYC specialists, international tax lawyers, and lobbyists for financial bailouts. Entire industries shrink as transparency replaces regulation theater. These aren't just job losses, they're resources being freed. Talent moves from navigating monetary distortions to genuine value creation. Bitcoin mining optimization, layer 2 scaling, energy infrastructure, and building the new financial tools of a sound money era. A Bitcoin standard doesn't eliminate all finance, banking, or lawyers. It makes them honest, efficient, and market-driven. We get lower boom-bust cycles, reduced financialization, more productive investment, and a society that thinks in decades instead of quarters. Governments borrow less easily, innovation accelerates. Capital flows to real goods and services instead of rent-seeking intermediaries. The transition won't be instant or painless. Hybrids, stablecoins, and regulatory battles will mark the path. But the incentives are clear. Bitcoin aligns money with truth, scarcity, and human flourishing. The fiat world as we know it is being disrupted.
The question is, will you understand it and adapt to it in time to thrive in the new era of sound money?
Thanks for watching. Drop your thoughts below. And if you're ready for the future, start stacking sats today.